Hey, Miles Beckler here, milesbeckler.com, and in this video we are going to cover the topic of YouTube SEO. You're going to understand what it is, how to use it, and how it's going to benefit you to get your videos out. And by the end of this video, my goal is to give you what's equivalent to a paid course on the topic. I've been a master of SEO for years and years. It's served me in my business so well, and I want to give like a brain dump to you right now and let you know everything I know about YouTube SEO so you can get your videos ranked. Now, first of all, why am I making this video? I'm noticing that I've got several of you, dozens of you, maybe even hundreds of people I don't know of doing 30-day challenges, 90-day challenges, etc. I've been following you. I've been looking at your comments. I've been looking at your channel and you're publishing content. That is absolutely fantastic. But I'm noticing there's a lot of optimization opportunities that if you structure the way that you're publishing your content and your YouTube videos a little bit differently, and if you embrace the idea of YouTube SEO, you're gonna get a lot more reach on every single video. How, right? So let's look at how and kind of what is YouTube SEO and how is it gonna benefit you. So YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. SEO stands for search engine optimization. It's second only to Google, and it's owned by the same parent company as Google. So it operates in a very, very similar way. Now, we always begin our content and our marketing with thinking about the platform we're publishing to, right? What is YouTube's goal? YouTube's goal is to help its users find very relevant, very helpful information. And when it does that well, YouTube's able to sell advertising. And that is how YouTube gets income. Now YouTube has YouTube Red where people pay monthly, and that's just because people love YouTube, right? So YouTube users who absolutely love YouTube will pay 10 bucks or whatever it is a month to never see an ad. So they're either delivering ads or they're making you pay to not see ads, which is kind of an ad-related product. So YouTube's ultimate goal is to deliver the absolute best, most relevant, most engaging content for the users on a specific topic. When they do that right, there's a large number of minutes watched, there's a large number of videos viewed, which means there's a large number of advertisements displayed. The user has a great experience because they get to scratch their itch, they get their answers answered, etc. And YouTube has a great experience because they make ad revenue. Everybody wins, right? So as you're creating your content, you have to always keep that in mind. What's the user's goal? We got to give great content like I'm doing for you right now. I'm trying to give you my best of my best of my best. I'm not holding anything back right now. And we got to do this in a way that YouTube sees that this video is an authority on this topic, so YouTube can begin to connect this video with other new subscribers, not just people who have found my channel before. And if you're a new user to my videos, thank you and welcome. Good to see this stuff works. All right, so how does SEO work, right? The first step is always keyword research. Now I have other videos on keyword research. I have blog posts on keyword research. I'm not going to get into the nuts and bolts of keyword research now. Find the links in the description below where I cover how to do that separately. I'm loving the keyword finder tool. I pay 20 bucks a month because I love that tool. It's got some great features, but there's a lot of free tools for you. Again, look into the description if you want help for that. But ultimately, the reason we use keyword research first before we even make the video is we have to take this idea that's in our head and figure out what are the phrases that users on Google and YouTube are searching for. And then we need to structure our content in a way that it's relevant to that exact keyword phrase. It's exactly what I'm doing here. I did my research before doing this video. Was it marketing on YouTube? Was it how to get more video views on YouTube? YouTube SEO was the phrase I found that had the highest search volume, that was the most relevant to what I know that I can help you with to get more reach on your YouTube videos. Hence this being the title of the video and the main topic of the video. Next, in our video, one topic, one idea. That's it, in and out. It's as long as it needs to be, no longer. Cut out the fluff and filler as best you can and get straight to the point. No crazy intros. We don't need 30-second dubstep intros in our stuff. If you notice, I always start my videos with my name, my website, and boom, I try to get the keyword phrase spoken out instantly within the first 8 seconds. There's a study by Microsoft. The human kind of attention span in our day and age is 8 seconds. You have 8 seconds to capture their attention and help someone realize that they're going to be able to get value from your video before they click the back button or before they click one of those videos that's all around me now, right? The YouTube suggestion engine at work, which is the other benefit of getting good at YouTube SEO. When you do it right, they deliver your videos for keyword phrases when people search, and they also put your videos as relevant videos around. So every video you see around me right now, or if you're on mobile, it would be down below. Those are what YouTube thinks are relevant to this topic. So back to the video. You have now started your video. Within the first 8 to 10 seconds, you've verbally spoken the keyword phrase. What YouTube does is YouTube transcribes your videos and they put a closed caption layer behind your videos automatically. YouTube and Google are incredibly smart, and they send their search engine robots, also known as spiders, to go and actually read or listen to the words that you're using. If your title and you're saying that your video is about a specific keyword phrase and you never mention that keyword phrase once in the actual spoken track, in the actual video itself, guess what? Google and YouTube are going to notice, and they're going to be like, you're trying to play some tricks, and people who play tricks don't get results, they don't get views, they don't get shown, right? So in the video, we start with the topic, we keep it as condensed as we possibly can, and then we get out and we get on. No crazy intros, short to the point, and get the people, get the users what they want, right? Google is monitoring, and YouTube, excuse me, I'll use that interchangeably, by the way, because they are the same company. But YouTube is monitoring how much of the videos you're watching. So if I've engaged you to this point and you're still watching this video, I'm getting bonus points. And every minute that you keep watching, I'm getting more and more bonus points. And YouTube is monitoring what percentage of Miles's video on YouTube SEO are you, the user, watching versus when you go watch other people's videos on YouTube SEO. And if you watch a higher percentage of my video, longer duration of my video than my competitors, guess what? They're going to start to outrank, I'm going to start to outrank my competitors, and that's the search engine optimization game. YouTube is also monitoring all engagement statistics, not just these ones based on the time viewed, right? Not duration only. So they're looking for thumbs ups. That's why every video I'm like, yo, give me a thumbs up. And by the way, give me a thumbs up right now. Why not, right? Like they're looking at how many positive engagements versus negative engagements are happening on every single video. They're also monitoring how many comments. That's another engagement factor. And YouTube wants to display videos that engage. So when you're done publishing your video, what do? Go thumbs up your own video, like your own video, and then leave a comment in the comments if you want. Kick off your comments. Like, hey, if you have any questions about this topic, just drop me a comment. I'm happy to answer. You start off that commenting train. It's going to make people more likely to comment because there's already comment there. And 2, you're going to show more comments. You may notice in all of my past videos, I take time every day. It's like an hour, hour and a half, almost 2 hours some days now, to answer and reply to every single comment. Yes, I'm trying to be helpful. Yes, I'm trying to build relationships. Yes, I'm really trying to help people. That is why I'm answering all of those comments. But I also know that engaging and creating conversations in those comments increases my comment numbers, right? So if 6 people go out and comment on my video, I go reply to all 6 of those comments, and half of those people re-comment with a thank you. I've now taken that from 6 comments to 15 comments. And if I've got more comments, more engagement than the next video, that might be the outranking factor that gets me to bump up above them, right? So at this point, we've got our video created, you've uploaded your video, you've liked it, you left a comment on it. The next most important, and this is really important stuff here at this point, actually, I'm gonna reverse back. Before we've uploaded our video, right? One important thing is to name your video file your keyword phrase. So I'm recording this on my cell phone, and my cell phone defaults to qx5v2_08.mp4 or whatever the file name is, right? It's just some obscure kind of like number that's made up by the camera software. I always go in and rename that. So this video file, before I upload it to YouTube, I'm changing this video file name to youtube-seo.mp4, and I upload that. They are monitoring what the name of the file is. So then when it's uploaded, I make cover images for every single one. I also name that cover image my keyword phrase. So the cover image that I'm going to put up eventually is going to be youtube-seo.jpg, and I upload that and it shows it and it says YouTube SEO in it as well. All these little factors is a lot of little things that we have to do, and that's how we outrank our competitors, is do one or two little more things than they have to out optimize them, and boom, we capture that ranking spot, and boom, we get more traffic than they do. Winner, winner, channel grows, you get viewers. Okay, so at this point, we've published the video, we've got the keyword in the video name, we've got our cover image that's got our keyword in the cover image. The description and title are super, super important. You want your title to have the keyword phrase at the very beginning. If you look at the title of this video, and even in some of my other videos, you'll notice, like my Facebook advertising video, the first two words are Facebook and advertising. I'm trying really hard to rank for Facebook advertising. I'm not doing it because it's out of my league, but I'm still going for it. YouTube SEO, you'll notice the title starts with YouTube SEO, and then it goes on to kind of like human kind of engagement type, like get the click type content, right? We want to call people to action, because what happens is when your video displays in a search result, YouTube is tracking, do you get clicked on more, or does the guy above you or the gal below you, or the gal above you and the guy below you get clicked on more, right? So if your title, description, and image is more engaging and gets more clicks, boom, they're going to bump you up above your competitors, right? So having a really clean, clear to read, that says what you are, thumbnail image is really important. You notice I've really tried to habituate that on this channel. And also the title, right? So YouTube SEO, everything you need to know about YouTube SEO in one video, or something like that might be my title. YouTube SEO, an entire course on search engine optimization for YouTube in one video, right? Something that when the search engines see it, they can see that my keyword phrase is right there up front. And then when humans see it, they read it and they're like, whoa, an entire course in one video? Like, yeah, I want the whole course, right? I want the master class, right? And that's gonna get them to click. Then in your description, it's important to get your keyword phrase in that first sentence of your description as well. Now, again, you need to make this first sentence of your description captivating. You want that to also compel them to click, because when your video is showed in a search engine results page, it shows your video thumbnail, you have your headline, which is your title, and then the subhead is the first sentence in your description. So if all that text and imagery that shows up, which is really small, it's like 100 characters, and I mean, it's essentially like a tweet. I don't even think it's a tweet. So it's like 130, 140 characters, something really small. If that content is compelling, it's engaging, it grabs them and makes them think like, ooh, I gotta watch this video, then you're gonna get more clicks. YouTube's monitoring how many clicks you get compared to the people around you. If you get more clicks, you outrank them, you get to go on. Continuing down the description, right? I like to write long descriptions, 100% unique content, and I write it about the topic, right? So I'm gonna write in this description, and if you notice, the description is gonna be quite long. I'm always shooting for 500 words. You're allowed maximum of 5,000 characters inside of the description field, and like I'm shooting for 500 to 1,000 words. I just kind of ramble. It doesn't have to be the neatest, tidiest. I mean, I'm not turning this into an English teacher, right? It doesn't have to be great written prose, if you will, but it needs to be relevant to the topic. I'm going to talk about the benefits of YouTube SEO. I'm going to talk about what is SEO. I'm going to restate some of the stuff I'm already saying here, but I'm not using the transcription. I need it to be 100% unique, because Google and YouTube both index. They read that text and they base their decision on what is your video about on all of these factors we're talking about. Your title, your file name, the content they read or listen to in your video, the description you give it, etc., etc., etc. In your description, you want to limit the number of outbound links you have. Right? This is another thing, like, so once YouTube as a user on, you're watching this video, right? The last thing YouTube actually wants me to do is get you to click off of YouTube and leave my website. YouTube wants you to stay inside of the YouTube ecosystem and watch more videos. Why? That's how they make money, right? So if I have more YouTube links in my description than I do having external links in my description, YouTube is going to favor that. If I put my Facebook page, my Instagram link, and links to all my social media, and then 4 links to my blog, and I have no links to other YouTube videos, YouTube's gonna look at me like, I don't know, buddy, it seems like you're trying really hard to get people off of our system, and YouTube is probably not gonna give me as much traffic versus me loading up the links in my description to my other relevant videos to help you go deeper, right? Because that's the goal. YouTube wants me to create a bond with you through this teaching. You get to this point and beyond, you're like, dude, this guy Miles is dropping bombs. He's real deal. What else does he have? You read the description and you notice that I'm telling you about the keyword research tool and all of the other video stuff, and I'll link to my how to make a good YouTube video where we talk about the microphone I'm using right now and the lighting that I've got going on right now. And I'm gonna get you to engage with more of my content, and when YouTube notices that I'm getting you to engage more of my content, YouTube is going to favor me as a publisher, right? Because I create engaging content. I get you to watch video after video, minute after minute, hour after hour of content, and YouTube will reward me with more visitors because I'm rewarding YouTube with more time viewed on their platform by said visitors. Does that make sense? I really hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, if you have any questions, I'm not done yet, but leave me comments below. I'm happy to answer them. But really, it comes back to that, like, what's YouTube's goal, right? Like, I know we're putting out videos and we're putting out these topics because we want to get visitors, right? We want to grow subscribers. We want to build an audience. We want to create a platform. But if you're trying to do so at the cost of the YouTube experience, and if you're cutting into YouTube's advertising dollars, guess what YouTube's going to do? They have plenty of publishers on this platform. So you need to structure what you're doing in a way that works with them better than the next person, and boom, you've got it. Okay, in the description, in that 500 words of content, the other thing you want to do is go back to that keyword tool that you're using, whichever one you choose, and make sure you take the different keyword phrases that are similar and incorporate them. Now, don't just stack them on top of each other saying other keywords that are relevant. Boom, 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 boom. That's terrible. That's called keyword stuffing. That's poor form. Don't do it. What you want to do is use real sentences spoken like a human to a human, but you want to cover those things, right? So as I said, one of the phrases was get more YouTube video views. So I'll have a sentence in my description that talks about getting more YouTube video views and how to get better reach on YouTube, right? Better reach on YouTube being a phrase. I'll get better reach on YouTube in a sentence. So as you're doing your keyword research, you choose one main keyword that you're going after. That goes in your title, in the first sentence of your description, closest to the beginning you possibly can, and then it goes in your video file. You say that phrase instantly in the video within the first 15 seconds, and then you put it as your thumbnail file, etc. All those things we talked about. Then you want to take down the top 5, 10, 15 other keyword phrases that are highly relevant. Relevance is key here, and you want to incorporate them smoothly written out in the description and tell a story, paint the picture of how all of that incorporates. And if you can, speak them out in the video. Talk about it in the video because, again, YouTube is looking at and listening to through the transcriptions and indexing every word that I'm speaking and that you're speaking in your videos. So the more relevance you have to the more varieties of keyword phrases, the more traffic you're going to get from all these different keyword phrases that people are searching. You target one, you target the big boy, right? But you end up getting traffic for all sorts. I use my advertising on Facebook video as an example. So I'm not ranking for advertising on Facebook, and I'm not ranking for how to advertise on Facebook, but I'm getting more. It's like my second most popular video. There's hundreds of different keyword phrases that I didn't even really think of that much that are all bringing me traffic. I optimized for the target biggest best one, and YouTube was like, I'm not going to give you that one, buddy. You're not that far along yet, but I'll give you all these other little ones, and I'll suggest you for these other videos when people watch a bunch about that. So that's what you're also doing. So you get these ancillary keywords, these extra keywords. We call them long tail keywords. They're 3, 4, 5, 6 word phrase keyword phrases. You put those inside of the description as well. This leads us down to the tags. At this point, you're at the tags. You put all of those same keyword phrases inside of the tags individually. One good practice to do is go look at the videos that are currently ranking for your target tags. If you have a plugin called TubeBuddy. It runs inside of Chrome. You can actually go look at the keyword phrases that others are having. That's tubebuddy.com. I will put a link to that down below in the description. It is kind of handy. I don't use their paid. I'm not saying get their paid, just use the free stuff. You can search for the tags that other videos are using, and you can incorporate their tags, but only if they're relevant. Don't go tag stuffing random stuff in there. Like all my tags that I'm putting in for this video are about YouTube SEO, more views, grow your channel, etc., etc., etc. Relevance is key in relevance and engagement. That's if there's two things that make the internet work and make one person's stuff online get a massive reach and the other person's stuff get tiny reach, it's relevance and engagement, and you got to do both of those well in this day and age. So we put all of our tags in. Another way to grab tags is if you load someone else's video, you can right click and then go to the view source. So like on this video right now, literally, if you right click on the screen and you click view source, it's gonna open this page of code and it's gonna be ridiculous. You're gonna be like, Miles, what did I just do? Then you search Control F for find or Command F if you're on a Mac, find, and then type in keywords, and you'll see there's this little comma separated list of keywords, and those are my tags that I've entered. So you can go do that for all your top 2, 3, 4 different four different videos that are in the spot you want to rank in. Go look at all of their tags. You're going to notice people's tags are all over the place. Like they make absolutely no sense. Only pick out the ones that are doing really well, that are hyper relevant for them, and ignore all the shtick, right? Because if you have more relevant, lower number but higher targeted tags, you're gonna be ahead above the rest because you do have that kind of relevance going. Wow, I'm just on a roll. Thank you very much for sticking with me. We're almost done. We're down to the last step here. So the last step of what you do is publish your video on publish links to your video on different platforms. So when I'm done with my videos, I like to go to Instagram and I try to drive traffic from my Instagram page. I have a link in my Instagram page at Miles Beckler, by the way, that is my link in bio is essentially my channel link, right? So if they click my link in my bio, it takes me to the channel and my newest video is sitting on top. So I'll do some sort of like a plug in an actual Instagram image and I'll say link in bio or go to youtube.com/milesb. Then I go to Twitter. I tweet out kind of my description, essentially like that first sentence of my description, just new video teaches everything you need to know about YouTube SEO in 22 minutes, and then link to the video. I go to Facebook, I link Facebook to the video. If I'm really ambitious, I'll go into relevant Facebook groups and I will post my video in relevant Facebook groups. If I'm really, really, really ambitious, I'll go to Reddit and I will find a relevant conversation in Reddit and I will put my video in as an answer, or if I know of a relevant subreddit, I can actually add my video there into a relevant subreddit. If you don't know about Reddit, don't go spam that ecosystem. Those people there are like, they're warriors, and if you just walk onto the scene spamming, they're gonna boo you and shun you. So engage in that community first. Don't just jump in there and spam them. Anywhere else you have to get that link out, get that link out. If you do Tumblr, go tumble it. If you do stumble upon it. Whatever's kind of in your daily practice and in your daily use, go do that. But if you don't have Twitter, at least get Twitter signed up, because Google's indexing Twitter tweets. Google will see the link from Twitter to there, and that's gonna give you a bump. Go to Google+. You have a Google+ account, whether you realize it or not. No one actually uses Google+ for the purpose, but go plug your video on Google+ when you're done, because Google owns it. Google likes to see links to your videos in other places. They're tallying how many different places have your links. If you have a blog, go find a way to embed your video on a relevant blog post. Find a way to link content from a relevant blog post back to your video. Actually have a targeted hyperlink from your content on your WordPress blog back to your YouTube video. All these are doing is giving signals out there in the webosphere, all kind of starting to point back to your video, and you're gonna get a few views, right? So a couple of people from Facebook will show up, a couple of people from Twitter might show up, somebody from Instagram might click through, and you're gonna generate a few views. And that's gonna give you a little tiny surge, a little bit of momentum. If you've got a platform, obviously, you know, my wife, she sends out an email and she can get like 3,000 to 4,000 views overnight. But if you're just starting, do what you can. Work with what you've got. get as much reach out there as you can and show YouTube that you're not just publishing and walking away, you're trying to promote this. And if you don't have a Tumblr and if you don't have a Twitter, go set them up. They take 2 minutes to set it up, and just pop that out and do what you can to get it out as best you can. Don't spend much time on it. Make it really quick, because all you're really trying to do is get that link on another platform and link that back to your video. Then there's a tool called pingomatic.com. pingomatic.com. You can go to Pingomatic and you can ping your video, and essentially you would put the title of your video in as the title, you would put your video link as the URL, and you would ignore the RSS feed link, leave that blank, and submit it. What that does is it goes out to these other it kind of notifies a bunch of search engines and a bunch of directories like, hey, there's a new video on this topic over here. And when they pick it up, they let Google know that it just got picked up, and it can kind of work its way back. That right there in a nutshell is the white hat version of YouTube SEO. I mean, that's top to bottom, inside and out, everything that you need to do in every video. Some people go and actually build additional links as well. If you're a Medium writer, you could go write an article about the same topic from a different stance. You could embed your video and you could link to your video on there. Some people use Fiverr and buy guest posts and have those guest posts link back to their video. I don't recommend you go down this path unless you fully understand how to analyze the site you're going to get a guest post on and make sure it's a quality site and that it doesn't have any spam score or spam issues. If you know how to use Moz Tools, Open Site Explorer, just run an Open Site Explorer check on the site that you're going to get a guest post on. I don't do this. I don't think you have to do this, but I wanted to give you something kind of like edgy and advanced in case you're like, Miles, I'm already doing all those things. That would be the next level. But again, I would only engage with high-rated people on Fiverr who have really, really good ratings, and I would make sure they send me a link to the site it's going to get published to first. I would do, like I said, a Moz check on the numbers on that site to make sure it doesn't have any spam flags or anything, because if you get a spammy link back towards your video, that's not really a great thing. And in that backlink building concept, you know, what happened back in the day is a lot of people got slapped for building shady backlinks to their websites from Google, and in some sense, since Google owns YouTube, you have a little more leeway to build a little bit stronger, a little bit shadier links, and you want to link to your WordPress site, because Google's never going to slap YouTube, right? Google owns both. It's not going to slap it, but Google could make an update in some point in time that renders a whole blog network, a whole type of link irrelevant or potentially negative. So that's why it's a very advanced thing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I'm saying Open Site Explorer and Moz rankings, etc., ignore the last 60 seconds. Just do the first part. I'm gonna run at this point, man. Like, I have been going nonstop. I need a glass of water. I've really tried to bring it for you here. I think you understand at this point that it's all about relevance and engagement. You need to do the keyword research first. You have to have topical based videos that are actually answering people's biggest questions. Create the content, get your phrase in everywhere you can, make sure it's made in one sense for the search engine, so you got your keyword phrases throughout, and it's made for humans, so your first 20 seconds of the video really hooks them and grabs their attention, gives them a big promise you're going to deliver on in the video, then deliver on your promise in the video, and make sure your title and description are compelling to get the click when a user sees it as a relevant search result. Wow. Thank you. I'm impressed that you stuck with me. I literally just blew this up. I've been doing SEO for like 10 plus years. I've been crushing it with this new video and with these exact tactics. You now know everything that I know about YouTube SEO. So when you're going forward and creating your videos, take the time to really get the content structured in a way that the search engines are going to fall in love with you. It might take an extra 20, 30 minutes to get that done this way, but what you're going to find out is that your videos all start collecting more and more views, and as you make more videos, your old videos get views, your new videos get views, and that's how you build yourself into an authority channel. When you're an authority channel, you can go publish a new video on a specific keyword phrase, and you can hit the #1 spot in an hour. I've seen it. I've had videos hit the #1 spot, hit the first page of Google, hit the top of YouTube with literally 15 minutes. It's possible for you to do. It takes effort, but that's the work, right? This is work. We got to do the work. Nobody said this was going to come effortlessly. Like, it takes work, and this is the work. This is being strategic. So when you're doing your 30, 60, 90-day, 120-day challenge, this is how you do so in a strategic fashion that's going to maximize your results, because if you're putting in the effort, let's maximize your results. Thank you again very much for your time. I do appreciate it. Click subscribe if you haven't already. Thumbs up. Give me a comment. I got more stuff coming out for you, so I look forward to seeing you on the next video. And again, thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it.